Hey guys, it's Jaclyn, and today I wanted to share with you guys my 2015 favorites. So these are basically like the best of the best, the products that I've used all throughout the year and I wouldn't be able to live without. And I really spent a lot of time going through my collection and picking one product from each category and really narrowing it down. So I'm super excited to share with you guys my yearly favorites and I hope you guys like them. So we might as well get started, and I'm going to try to do this in like a logical order and show you guys the products in the order that I would apply them to my face. So I'm going to start off with primers, face primers. So the primer that I chose to be the best of the year is the Benefit Porefessional Primer. This is a really great primer. It's really good for helping smoothing your skin and making the texture of your skin appear very like baby smooth. It's really great for helping minimize pores, and it also makes your makeup last all day. So I've used a couple of different primers throughout the year, but I always go back to this one. I like the way it feels on my skin. It doesn't feel too heavy, and I really like the way it makes my foundation go over top. Okay, next is my favorite foundation, and I kind of had a hard time picking this one, but I ended up narrowing it down, and this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. I just absolutely love this foundation. I think it's really great because it really mimics the texture of skin. It's not like a super matte finish, it's not super dewy finish, it just looks like skin when it's on you. And again, it's very lightweight feeling on the skin, like you can't even feel that you have a full face of makeup on or a full face of foundation on. And the color selection is amazing at Makeup Forever. Another thing that makes me very happy about this foundation is that this is the new formula. This is the Ultra HD versus like the original formula, which is just called the HD foundation. The original formula, which I started using in the year, the lids of them are so annoying. They never like click on properly and they always fall off and break. So I was using the original formula at the beginning of the year, and then when they came out with the Ultra HD formula, I was so happy to see that they had fixed the lids and they actually like click on so they don't ever fall off. So I really like the new packaging of these guys as well. Next, I have my favorite concealers, and yes, I've got two here, but that's because they're used for different things. And the first concealer is my under eye concealer. This one is from Clarins. It's the Instant Concealer in 02. And this is just such a great product. I never actually tried anything from Clarins before this year, and I've discovered so many products from their line that I am obsessed with, this being one of them. And first of all, the formulation of this is amazing. It's very lightweight, so it's not going to crease and like settle in all the fine lines under your eyes, which I find is a big problem with concealers. So it's nice and lightweight, and it really just like blends out beautifully. It's also a bit like, not reflective, I don't want to say like sparkly or reflective, but it does have a bit of a sheen to it that it just kind of brightens up under there and really just makes you look awake. And also the color is amazing. This one in 02 is just like the perfecty pinky kind of salmon under eye concealer that really cancels out any purpleness or any blue discoloration I get under my eyes. This under eye concealer is just so amazing, and I can't see me ever not using it just because it literally covers everything that I would want a concealer to be. And I've recommended this to like my mom and all my friends, and I'm getting everyone obsessed with this as well just because it is such a great product, and I feel like it's so underrated. Like, I've never heard anyone else talk about this stuff. Oh, so good. Clarins Instant Concealer. Definitely a favorite. The other concealer favorite that I have is for more blemishes. I wouldn't use this one on my blemishes just because the color of it is not exactly my skin tone, because it is more of that pinky salmony kind of color. And since it does have a bit of that brightening effect, I wouldn't want to put that on a blemish and like highlight my blemish. So the concealer that I use for blemishes is this Nars Creamy Concealer. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this because this is another thing that I absolutely love and can never see me not using it. And this is in the shade Medium 1. It's the perfect color for my skin tone. Again, whether I use it just like alone, whether that's the only makeup I put on my skin, just a bit of concealer, or if I do it with a full face of makeup. And I just really love how full coverage it is. It is about medium to full coverage, so it really just cancels out and covers up any blemishes. And I just think this is an absolutely amazing product. So moving on to setting powders, translucent powders, all that stuff. My favorite powder of the year has been the Makeup Forever HD powder. And this is basically just a loose translucent setting powder, and it's absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this tons, and I'm actually so surprised that I haven't finished this yet because I've been basically using this all year, and this is still the original container that I bought. What I really love about this product is that it's going to set all your liquid foundation and cream products in place, but it's not going to alter the color of it since it is translucent. So say for an example, you have the perfect color liquid foundation and then you put it all on and then you set it with a colored powder. It might be too light or too dark for the foundation and it might alter the color of it, making it not a perfect match for your skin. So if you already have a perfect color foundation and you don't need the coverage, there's really no point to go over with a highly pigmented colored powder. So I normally always just set it with a translucent powder because it's not going to change the color. It's just going to lock all my hard work in place. What I really like about this powder also is that it's so like finely milled that it's just like the most beautiful texture ever, that it's not going to cake up on your skin. So it just really gives you that flawless finish. So I've really been loving this loose powder and I basically use it every single day. That being said, I do have another colored powder that I really like as well, and this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I'm not sure if you can tell from the packaging, it's like broken and very well loved. So what I really like about this powder is that it does have a little bit of color, so if you aren't wearing, say, liquid foundation, you just want a little bit of coverage, you could go over with just a powder like this, no liquid underneath. It'll provide a little bit of coverage, but it'll also keep you matte. Or if you really need the extra coverage, you could go over top of your liquid foundation with this. What I don't like about this powder though is that there's only about 3 or 4 different colors of the powder that you can buy, and they're all very, very light. Like, I'm pretty sure that this is the darkest color that they have, which I don't know if you can tell, but like this doesn't even match me right now. I've got to wait till I get a bit paler. So I don't like how they have such a bad color selection, but when I am this color, I do like to use this because it is a great powder. Sometimes I'll even use this as like an eyeshadow just for like a nude all over lid color. It works very well for that on me as well. So yeah, I love the product and I really love the formulation. I just hate how there's such a poor color selection. And it's so annoying too because like I'm not even that dark. Like I am on the lighter end of the spectrum. So I'm not sure why they haven't released darker colors of this, but the formulation is nice if you are on the lighter end of things. So moving on to one of my favorite types of makeup products, which is bronzer. My favorite bronzer of the year, drumroll please, has been the Nars Laguna bronzer, and I am absolutely obsessed with this stuff. I think it's just the most fantastic bronzer ever. I have tried other bronzers throughout the year, but I just always go back to this one. There's just something about it. I love the color of it. It's not too orange, it's not too brown. It has a little bit of like a golden sheen to it, but no like chunky glitter, which I like. And it's just so blendable, but also very long wearing. It's just such a fantastic bronzer, and also I love Nars packaging, which doesn't hurt because I'm a huge sucker for packaging. But no, I think this bronzer is absolutely amazing. I also like that I can use this bronzer all year round. When I am at my palest, I can use it with a very light hand and it still works out okay. And when I am at my tannest, it is dark enough for me. So this is just all around a fantastic bronzer, and if you haven't tried Nars Laguna, you definitely have to check it out. It's been a very popular bronzer for years. But yes, this is my all-time favorite bronzer of the year, and I feel like I'm going to use this for a long time. This stuff's great. Moving on to highlighters, I feel like 2015 was the year of highlighters. There was huge makeup trends with like strobing and just highlighting trends, so a lot of highlighters came out and I tried a lot of highlighters. My favorite highlighter though of the year is from Becca, and it is the shade Opal. This stuff is just absolutely gorgeous. I want to cover my entire body with this stuff. It's just such a gorgeous kind of champagne-y, but kind of bronzy kind of color. It's really unique. I really don't have any other highlighter like it. The formulation of these guys is so buttery and so smooth. It's not chalky at all. There's no big particles of glitter inside. It's just like overall shimmery. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to go into the store and touch the stuff. It's amazing. I use this stuff all the time. I use it on like my cheekbones, my cupid's bow. I even use it as an eyeshadow a lot of the time. That's actually what I did today. Have it on the tops of my cheeks, a little bit on my cupid's bow I think. Maybe a little bit, and then on my eyes as an eyeshadow. There's a ton of different ways to use highlighter, and I really feel like Becca has taken over the whole beauty community, and they just have the best highlighters ever. They have a bunch of amazing colors also in their collection. They have deeper colors and more bronzy, darker shades. They also do the really popular Jaclyn Champagne Pop color, which is amazing as well, and they do a really light kind of pearly iridescent white kind of color too. So Becca highlighters are amazing. Opal is my favorite, but you should definitely check them out if you're into highlighting. Okay, moving on to blush. My favorite blush of the year is from MAC, and this is actually a cream blush. This is in the shade Lady Blush. This is just such a gorgeous, naturally flushed color. There's no shimmer in it. It looks very natural, and I just love the way it looks. You can even apply it with your fingers. It's very easy to use. You can also use a brush though if you want to. This is basically just my perfect cheek color, and I've used it pretty much all year, and I love the dewy finish you get with it. Moving on to brows, I feel like this past year has been a big year for me and my brows. I used to never really fuss with them too much before or really style them at all. So I really got into brow products this year, and I tried out a bunch of different products. So this was a very hard category for me to narrow down just one product. So I have to give a huge shout out to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow product. This one here is an ash brown. This is a really great product as well. And the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in medium brown. I've used these a ton this year, and I love them both as well. But my favorite product for my eyebrows this year is actually from Dior, and it's the Dior Browstyler in Universal Brown. I've used this a ton this year as well. This is basically just like a pencil eyebrow filler. That's a very, very professional word. This is an eyebrow pencil to fill in your brows, and it just is a very fine little tip there, and then you can just kind of sparsely draw them in, and it also has a little spoolie on the end just to kind of comb them through. This brow pencil is a bit lighter and a bit more on the warm side of things, whereas these other two brow products that I showed you, they're basically an exact match for my eyebrows. But since I find that this is a bit lighter, it is a bit more subtle and a bit softer, and more natural looking, which is nice when I'm just kind of quickly doing my brows and I don't want them to look super dramatic. I use each product to get a different effect, so they are all fantastic depending on what effect that you like. But like I said, for the sole reason that I use this probably the most this year, that's why I picked the Dior Browstyler as my favorite. But like I said, they're all great products and I would recommend these to any of you guys. Moving on to eyeshadow primer, my favorite primer for my eyes this year is from Urban Decay, and it is the Original Primer Potion. This stuff is great. It's not super pigmented, but it's going to help even out the eyelid a little bit, but it's going to be really good for helping to lock all the shadows and the pigments of the powders in place on your eye. So if you have very oily eyelids, or you're going to be like sweating, or you're going to be out all night, it's really good to ensure that your eyeshadow is going to stay in place and not move. And one time, I mean, not that I recommend this, I fell asleep with my makeup on, and I woke up the next morning and my eyeshadow was still perfect. And I'm pretty sure that this was all thanks to this, because this eyeshadow primer is fantastic. So it's definitely worth checking out if you have more oily eyelids or you want your eyeshadow to be super pigmented and super long lasting. My favorite cream shadow of the year is from MAC, and this one also kind of doubles as an eyeshadow primer as well. And this is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And this basically is like a skin tone, it's a bit lighter than my skin tone actually, cream shadow, and it's going to really help cancel out any veins. I've got very veiny eyelids, so it's good if you really want to start with like a blank canvas. So yeah, this is really great if you want an all over lid color and it lasts all day, it doesn't crease. These are the only cream eyeshadows or cream type of products that I can use in my eyes without them creasing. And MAC also has an amazing like selection of colors. They have ones that have like shimmers in it and more colorful ones, and they have some more just like skin tone ones if you want to kind of like start with a blank canvas on your eyes. This stuff is really great, and I've even got my mom obsessed with it. She cannot live without it now. So it's really perfect if you want a really brightening all over eye color, or if you want something to kind of cancel out super veiny eyelids. Now this next one might come as no surprise to you guys, but moving on to eyeshadow, my favorite eyeshadow palette of the year is from Urban Decay, and this is the Original Naked palette. This palette is just absolutely amazing. It really covers it all. It has lots of matte shades, it's got some shimmery shades, got some darker colors if you want to smoke it out. I've got a very warm yellow undertone, so I find this palette to be absolutely perfect because they're very warm colors, very warm browns, and lots of golden undertones. So I find this very flattering on my skin with my eye color. But Urban Decay has a bunch of other Naked palettes. One is a bit cooler, like the Naked 2 palette's a bit more cool, and they have more of like a rose goldy pink kind of palette, which is the Naked 3 palette. But I think these eyeshadows are great, the quality of them is amazing, and I just cannot say enough good things about this palette. Moving on to eyeliner, my favorite eyeliner of the year is from Marc Jacobs, and this is the, what is this called? I always forget. The Highliner Gel Crayon in Brownout. And this is basically like a gel eyeliner, but in a twist up like kohl pencil, which is super convenient to use. And the color of this is absolutely perfect. It's like this bronzy gold, oh, it's just the most gorgeous brown color. The formula of this product is amazing, and I can't even compare it to anything else because this formula just blows any other similar product out of the water. It's absolutely amazing. It's very long lasting, and it's not waterproof, but it's water resistant. I put it on my upper tight line and lower waterline, and it doesn't smudge, it doesn't move. It's so long wearing and amazing, which is perfect because I've got very watery eyes, so normally different products will just smudge all over and give me like raccoon eyes. If you're not a huge fan of brown eyeliner, they also have it in black and purple and other crazy colors as well. But this stuff is absolutely amazing, and I think I've gone through 2 or 3 tubes of it over the past year, and I'm so happy that I discovered this because this stuff is so good. So now for my favorite mascara of the year. Again, this probably is going to come as no surprise to you guys because I'm pretty sure this is like the only mascara I've used in 2015. And this is the Maybelline The Rocket Mascara in Waterproof. And it's very important that it be in waterproof because that's what makes it hold the curl. I've got very straight eyelashes naturally, so I really look for something that's going to hold the curl and really give it definition. So I absolutely love how the brush is on this. It's a plastic brush, so it really helps separate all your lashes, and the formula is a bit more on the dry side, so it really helps hold the curl. I've been using this stuff for about 3 or 4 years, and I haven't found anything to be better than it. This stuff is fantastic, and if you've got very similar eyelashes to me, it's definitely worth checking out. Okay, so moving on to my last category of products, which is lip products. These are another type of beauty product that I can never have too many of. I love lip products, and I just love lip products. What can I say? My first product is a lip balm, and this is from Lush. This is the Honey Trap Lip Balm. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I've gone through like probably 8 or 9 pots of this stuff now. It's just the best, most hydrating lip balm ever. Your lips will be able to survive a Canadian winter with this stuff. It's very rich and very moisturizing, and basically everything that you need in a lip balm. Lip balm is important, and this stuff is the bomb. So So moving on to lip liner, my favorite lip liner of the year is from Makeup Forever, and it's the Aqua lip liner in 2C. And this is actually what I'm wearing on my lips right now. It's just a very natural nude, my lips but better kind of color. And I know a lot of you guys were asking while I was down in LA what I was wearing in my videos. A lot of the time I was wearing this. If I was ever wearing like a lipstick or a lip liner, this is the only one that I brought with me. So it was most likely this one. This stuff is the best. It's very long lasting. It's very natural looking. And sometimes I even just wear it alone. Like I'll just line my lips and kind of fill them in and just use this by itself. Sometimes I will layer a lip color over top. If I am to layer like a lipstick over top, normally what I go for is this lipstick. This is my favorite lipstick of the year, and this is from MAC. It's Velvet Teddy Lipstick. It's a matte finish lipstick, and again, it's what I'm wearing on my lips right now. It's just a very natural nude color. It goes perfectly with that lip liner, and I don't find this too drying, this lipstick. Normally matte lipsticks can be a bit drying and kind of unflattering on the lips, but this one feels very comfortable, and I really like the finish of it, and the color is just perfect. Now, I'm sure you guys will notice a running theme with all these lip products that I'm showing you. I do normally only go for this brownie nude color, so they're all very similar in color. But this is my favorite liquid lipstick of the year, and this is from NYX. This is a soft matte lip cream in Abu Dhabi, and I've worn this so much ever since I got this, which I believe was around October time. I've been wearing this every chance I can get it. If I want a super long wearing lipstick, this is my go-to. Again, for being a matte, long wearing lipstick, it's very comfortable and not too drying on the lips. And this will last literally all day. I put this on at like say 8 in the morning, and by the time I get home at like 9 at night, it'll still be on all day throughout like meals and drinking things. So this stuff definitely takes the cake for the best liquid lipstick of the year. Not only is the formula amazing like I said, but the color is everything I could ask for in a lip color and more. Okay, and now for the last product of this video, my favorite lip gloss of the year is from Clarins. I've been loving that brand like I said, and this is the Clarins Instant Light Natural Lip Perfector in 06. And again, it's a very natural kind of brownie nude, and this is just the best lip gloss in the world. If you guys know me, I'm not a huge lip gloss person, just because it's very sticky and it feels kind of weird on your lips, and then your hair gets stuck to it. So I normally don't ever like lip gloss, but I ended up trying out this lip gloss because I heard that this is like the best lip gloss for people that hate lip gloss but still want to try out lip gloss, if that makes any sense. So I ended up trying it out, and they're so right. This is like the best lip gloss for lip gloss haters because it's not sticky and it doesn't feel weird on your lips. It's kind of like a bit more like a lip balm almost. It's very like moisturizing, and it makes your lips kind of feel a bit more plump. But it's not sticky at all, and it's just very comfortable to wear on your lips, honestly. So I've really been loving this. The color of this is beautiful. It's not too pigmented. It's a bit more sheer, just looks very glossy, but it does add a little bit of color. So yeah, this has basically been the best lip gloss and my favorite lip gloss of the year. And again, I feel like with the under eye concealer from Clarins and this stuff, like they're just not hyped up enough online. These things are so good. I don't know why people don't talk about them more because they're just so fantastic. So if you're normally not a huge lip gloss fan but you still want to try it out, it's definitely worth giving these Clarins lip glosses a try because they are so good and I cannot get enough of them. So those are all of my favorite products for 2015. This past year has been pretty successful in finding really good staple beauty products. I feel like I'm going to use a lot of these products for a long time, and I'm super excited about them. I hope you guys like them too. I'm curious to hear what your favorites are for 2015, so make sure you let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for making this past year so incredible. 2015 has definitely been one of the best years of my life, and a big part of that has been making videos and meeting you guys and hearing your guys' feedback. It has just been such a huge part of my life, and thank you guys so much for being so supportive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon.